Hi, I'm Lilith Eeckels for TwoPeasInABucket.com. Welcome to another installment of 213 in 2013, your Monday video here at TwoPeasInABucket.com. Today I'm going to show you how I created this double page layout, and at the same time I'll be giving you 4 prompts that will help jumpstart your creativity. So I went with quite bright colors and used pinks and oranges and a bit of yellow and blue. And I wanted to document an outing that we had as a family. There's a little park quite close by, and it's really cute. And they have these big frames all along the park, and I really wanted to use those photos. So let's just have a look at all the supplies I pulled out. Now you will notice that quite a few of these won't be used, but I like to pull out lots of elements that I could use. So I've got the die cuts from Pink Painsley. I've got these little cute cards from American Crafts. Some letter stickers. These are from October Afternoon, little die cuts. I've also got stickers from October Afternoon, these lovely pink thickers. This is a little tag that I kept from a dress that I bought. I've got sequins, some wood veneer, a bit of ribbon. I've also got die cut some little butterflies, so in white. And I've also used quite a few die cuts from the two-piece store. So I'll leave the link in the supply section. And these are really cute die cuts. I also love these little clouds that were in the cut files. Some little stars, my gelatos, I can't do without. This is a cute little booklet from Pebbles. I've also got this 8x8 pad from October Afternoon, some more stickers. These are little journaling cards from Echo Park paper. And I've also got some stickers from My Mind's Eye. And then I'll be using quite a few papers from the Atlantic collection from Studio Calico. I really love the colors on these. So as you can see, oranges and blues and these lovely deep yellows. So this week's prompts are to make it light and fluffy, to use a salvaged item, to show the way, and to make it vivid. So let's start creating the layout. So I've chosen my 2 background papers. One is a quite funky design, so from the Atlantic collection, and the other one is a lot subtler, so this light blue. And I'm going to tie both pages together by using the same pattern paper, and it's this one with the letters on it. So I'm just going to adhere those to the pages. I don't want to cover up too much of that lovely pattern paper with the little maps and all the designs on it. So I'm going to use a bit of ribbon, and I don't know if I'm going to use the pink one with the chevron or the light blue. So these are both from value packs from American Crafts. And I'm just going to lay my photos and see how I'm going to use them. So I'm using 4 4x6 photos, and in one you've got a frame with my husband and the 4 boys. Then there's one where just I'm in the frame, and then there's another one with just the 4 boys in the frame. So there are 2 of those with my 4 sons, and I'll be using both of them and placing them one on top of the other. And I'm going to be making a little pocket with the first one, so I can just slide the second one behind it. I love adding little interactive elements. So here I'm just placing them, and I'm backing them with some orange paper. So I'm using different orange papers. So one is from the Atlantic collection. The one for the middle photo is from the Travel Girl collection. And I'm just cutting them to size. No measuring, just trying to work them out. So here I've got that orange paper. So on both sides, trying to tie it together. Just playing around with my photos to see if I'm going to work more diagonally or horizontally. And I'm not quite sure about the orange I picked to mat my photos on the right hand side, so I'm going to probably use another pattern paper. And I chose the one which it's orange, but it's got more of a yellow tint. So I wanted to use lots of clouds on my layout, and this is one of the prompts to make it light and fluffy, so to add an element that just makes the the layout a bit light and airy. And here on one of the on the pattern paper, there's this little cloud, and so I cut out part of it so that I could slip my photo beneath it and just create another cute little element and just draw the eye to that lovely little cloud that was on that paper as well. So here I've decided to use the blue ribbon, so I'm going to place that and just place my photos. And as you can see, I've decided to go with the horizontal design of the layout. I'm going to use the Snap a Picture die cut that I cut with my silhouettes, but I'm not going to leave it white. I'm going to color it. I want to make it vivid, and that was another one of the prompts, to make it vivid. And to do that, I'm going to use my gelatos. So I'm going to add lots of oranges and yellows and just a hint of red, just to warm the colors up and to make it a bit more dark, etc. And once that I've added the gelatos to the card, I'm just going to use a water pen, a water brush, and just dilute everything. And as you can see, the colors just blend in together nicely, and it creates this lovely orange effect on the die cut. Once I've done that, I'm just going to use my heat gun to dry it all, and then I'm going to back that onto a piece of pattern paper. I'm going to do the same with all of my other die cuts. So here I've taken that little this die cut from the 2P shop, and I'm going to do the same, and I'm going to create a kind of ombre effect on it. So I'm starting with yellow and going to a really darker orange at the top. And what's nice about the gelatos is you can add color as you go and just work with it. If it's too bright, just add a bit of water, a bit of white, and you can tone the colors down a bit. And this is a really nice way to create your own embellishments, because you can use die cuts and just color them. Use watercolor pencils, or maybe neocolors or pastels. There are so many possibilities. I really love the colors on this. They are really vivid. I'm going to do the same with one of my titles, We Were Here. And this I want really, really dark and really vivid color. So I'm using a bit more orange and reds. And as you can see here, I'm just showing you how the colors dilute when you add water. And that's what's really, really fun with the gelatos. So there we go. I'm using a leftover piece of frame that I used the frame, and I just thought I'd keep the glass for working with my gelatos and watercolors, etc. I'm going to do the same with the clouds, but this time I'm going to be using blues and trying to create a kind of aqua, soft aqua color. And I'm just adding a bit of lighter blue and then this lovely aqua blue that's in the gelatos. And I'll be doing the same. I'll just go over all the die cuts and then just using a bit of water, mix them all together. And I'm using just normal cardstock for this, and I think the American Crafts cardstock works really well, and it doesn't disintegrate or anything. But you could use watercolor paper. So there you have all the little die cuts, and I'm going to start adhering all the basic elements of the design. So I'm going to stick the ribbon down, and then all the photos with their backing. Now, as you can see here, the middle photo, I just placed it over both of the layouts, and then I just cut it in half, and that way everything is nice and straight. One of the die cuts with Snap a Picture, I'm going to add a bit of pattern paper beneath, and I'm using some foam dots to create a little bit of dimension. And I really love how that orange from the gelatos works really well. So here I've just stitched around one of the photos so that I created a little pocket for the second one, which just slips in beneath. And on one of them, my boys aren't making any funny faces, and on the one behind, they are being a bit silly and making funny faces. So I thought it would be nice to add that as well. So this one with the little arrows on it, so show the way. This is another of one of the prompts to show the way, to give directions. I'm going to add a little bit of stamping and embossing. So I stamped these little tiny little words and arrows on it, and one of them didn't work out that well, but that's not a problem. I don't mind. I still love the little gold elements on it. I just thought it worked really well with the layout. Sometimes if you want to emboss really delicate designs or really fine print, it doesn't work out that well, but I don't mind. So there we go, a bit more of that lovely gold embossing powder. I'm just going to put all the excess back into my little pot, and then I'm going to use my heat gun to emboss it. There we go. I really love how the gold works well with the colors I picked here. I just think it ties everything together. I'm going to do the same with some of the smaller butterflies. So I kept a few of those little die-cut butterflies, and I'm just dabbing the embossing ink onto my butterflies, and then I'm going to add uh, some of the embossing powder. And here I'm just using some of my scissors to hold the butterflies while I heat emboss them, because I don't really want to burn my fingers. You could use tweezers as well, no problem. I just had my scissors on hand. So once those are done, I'm going to just clean up a bit. I don't want any of that on my table or on the floor. And then I'm going to start adhering all those pieces as well. So this is usually how I work when I create a layout. I start with a really basic design, add a few more elements, and then add some more little embellishments, etc. And here I'm adding all those little die cuts that I colored. And I really was pleased to see how well the blues and the oranges and the pinks work together. I'm just placing all those little butterflies, and once again with the prompt make it light and airy or fluffy. I think butterflies add a certain element of lightness to a layout as well, because they fly, they take flight, and it's really pretty. Another one of my prompts was to salvage an item, and I used this little tag from a dress that I bought, and I thought it was really a pretty tag, and I'm going to use that on my layout. So when you go clothes shopping or just shopping for products, sometimes the labels are really cute. You could use them on your layouts as well. I'm going to back the photo that slips into the little pocket. I'm going to back that onto one of those Pebbles journaling cards. And again, just introducing a bit of aqua onto that orange there. And I'm going to add a few more little labels. So yet again, just to fill up a bit of that space. I don't know why I do this. It's just, it feels that it needed a bit of something there, a bit of depth, and adding the labels and then the foam dots onto the embellishments just created that. I'm just going to see if I'm going to use a few of these wood veneers. I really love the little fluffy clouds again from Freckled Fawn. First I wanted to use stars, but then just didn't fit with the theme with clouds and butterflies and a really summer feel to the layout. So I'm going to go with the little clouds. And I just love how the wood veneer adds just a little bit of nature into the layout as well. Playing around with the sequins as well, but I won't be using those either. I've added a little arrow, and just to show that the picture can be taken out as well. And I just want a bit of contrast, and I'm going to add a few of these little black butterflies. These are rub-ons from Jenny Bolin, and I just love these rub-ons. I think I've bought several of these packs just to use them again and again. I've also used a few of these little labels just to create a bit of flow going from the bottom right hand corner to the top left hand corner. So in the top left hand corner I've got all these little labels with my tag, etc. And in the bottom right hand corner I've got the cluster of embellishments with part of my title and the butterflies. And then I'm going to add another title. So there are several titles in on this double layout, but I like playing with words. So snap a picture in the frame, and then we were here. Just adding a few little details. And then I'm going to add a bit of mist. So I'm using some orange here. And I should have covered my photo, but I didn't. So there was a bit of mess up on the photo. Tried covering it up with the arrow, but it just didn't look right. So I thought I'd add a little bit of ribbon on top. There we go. So have to live with what I did. I'm trying just to cover it up a bit. And didn't look just quite right. So I'm seeing if I can't add anything. And there we go. Found a little pink paisley die cut element to add. Just going to finish sticking little elements down. I'm going to try a bit of these little cork embellishments from Studio Calico as well, because they had these lovely clouds on them as well, but it just didn't work with the wood veneer I already used, so it was just a bit too much. A bit more mist on the other side as well. So orange from Mr. Huey's, and then my favorite mint tulip, which you don't have anymore, but there are lots of other green colors in the shop as well. And there you go, the finished layout. I hope you've enjoyed this installment of 213 in 2013, and I hope you enjoyed this double layout as well, and that you've picked up lots of new techniques. Don't forget to upload your layout to the gallery, and you might win a gift certificate to the store. And just a quick reminder of this week's prompts. Make it light and fluffy, use a salvaged item to show the way, and to make it vivid. This was Lilith Eeckels for Two Peas in a Bucket. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.